My dear friend, let me ask you something simple but powerful. Why do we humans cling so strongly to beliefs? Why do we hold on to ideas we cannot prove, yet we defend them as if our life depends on it? What if I told you that belief is not strength at all, but fear wearing a mask? Stay with me, because once you understand this truth, it may completely change the way you see faith, devotion, and even your own intelligence. We live in a society where organized groups exist everywhere. Religions, communities, political movements, even social ideologies. And with these groups, belief systems naturally take root. They give people comfort, a sense of belonging, and an illusion of certainty. But here's the question. Will belief systems always exist simply because groups exist? Or is there something deeper at play? Imagine someone asks, will belief systems continue forever? The answer, my friend, is not about the future. It is about the present. The real question is, why do we believe in the first place? And if our intelligence is functioning at its peak, is belief even necessary? Think about your own mind for a moment. When your intelligence is truly active, it does not want to believe. It wants to know. Intelligence thrives on exploration, on discovery, on truth. Belief, on the other hand, is like a shortcut. It whispers, don't question, don't explore, just accept. But why do we take that shortcut? Because fear dominates us. Belief becomes a comfort blanket in a world full of uncertainty. Yet, if you allow your intelligence to lead, you will see something extraordinary. Beliefs begin to crumble on their own. Let me explain with a simple example. Imagine you are walking in complete darkness. You don't know what lies ahead. Every step you take, you are alert, cautious, alive. That is what happens when you accept that you do not know. Your intelligence becomes sharp. Every moment feels alive. But the moment you assume, I already know what's there, you lose alertness. You walk carelessly and life becomes dull. Isn't it so? Now pause for a second and reflect. How many things in your life do you think you know? But deep down, you don't? How many beliefs are you carrying just because they make you feel safe? And what would happen if, just for one day, you admitted, I don't know? Wouldn't your mind suddenly awaken? This is the power of intelligence. It starts with humility. The courage to say, I don't know, is the beginning of true wisdom. But then comes another question. Is it wrong to use your intelligence? Is it against God to think, to question, to want to know? My dear friend, if the Creator was against intelligence, would He have given it to you? If the divine did not want you to think, your mind would not exist. Isn't it so? So let's be honest with ourselves. Using our intelligence is not rebellion. It is alignment with creation. Belief without questioning is not devotion. It is fear. And fear disguised as devotion is perhaps the biggest deception of all. In many cultures, people practice what is called bhaya bhakti, fearful devotion. They bow down, they worship, but deep inside they are trembling. They call it devotion, but it is actually fear. True devotion and fear can never exist together. When devotion is real, fear disappears. When fear exists, devotion has not yet been born. But humans love hybrids. So they mix fear with worship and create something that looks like devotion, but is actually submission to fear. That is not spirituality. That is survival. Ask yourself honestly, is your faith born from love and freedom, or from fear of punishment and insecurity? If fear drives it, then it is not faith. It is just fear wearing sacred clothing. Let me give you a simple story. Imagine a child walking into a dark forest at night. The child holds a lantern, but the light only reaches a few steps ahead. The child is afraid of what lies beyond. Now, one child says, "I believe there are no dangers here," and walks blindly. Another child admits, "I don't know what's out there," and walks carefully, using intelligence with every step. Which child is truly safer? Belief says, "Everything will be fine." Intelligence says, "I don't know, so let me stay alert." And that alertness becomes wisdom. So, my dear friend, here is the truth. Belief is not strength. Belief is comfort born from fear. Real strength lies in intelligence, in the willingness to admit, "I don't know," and in the courage to keep seeking. True devotion is not submission to fear. It is freedom from fear. The question is, which path will you choose? The path of comfortable belief or the path of courageous intelligence? Will you cling to the safety of "I know" or embrace the mystery of "I don't know"? If these words stirred something within you, let them guide you beyond blind belief. Let them remind you that your intelligence is the greatest gift you have been given. And if this message spoke to your heart, then don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe, share this video with others, and join me again as we uncover more truths that can shift the way we see life. Until next time, my dear friend, stay awake, stay alert, and keep seeking.